for round two, the brawl of my life. If you decide to come in, please put some love in the chat. I know what I'm talking about. Share the love. Here we got the blower coming, so you know this is going to be a short one. Someone feels that I should talk quicker. I should talk quicker because if I talk quicker, my lives will be seeming. There won't be no pauses, and it'll make a better highlight. That's what they feel. So I'm telling you that I do not decide what to highlight. Now you may say the system is doing it, but I beg to differ. If I were to highlight my own stuff, it would look a lot different. But where I'm at, I'm not able to do that. And I'm not attempting to try. Now, if you hear the blower in the back, it's by divine design. I have nothing to do with that. I'm sitting in my car. The reason why I put clairaudience is what I have, is so the ooped ones could learn something. You feel that if I'm publicly talking about voices and noises, that others would think that I am hysterical. When people in the psychic community, the spiritual community, already know one of the things, the clairs that I have, because it is talked about in my readings. I said, clairaudience is a thing. You feel like if someone important sees it, they're going to think that I am hysterical. And you are wrong. As a matter of fact, your whole being is wrong. You are one of the ones that I said, Big G, why you create him? What was the purpose of it? You must have been like getting rid of a part of yourself that you didn't like. That's what I said about you. Y'all have to understand that I'm in a position to where when people start hearing stuff, I am the one that addresses what they're hearing so they don't think they're losing it. I have a very important spiritual role in everyone's life that I encounter. Everyone. And the ones that are ignorant to spirituality do not realize how important I am to their growth. Just like you didn't with Yeshua. There is some that look for angles every day. And I'm saying, why? I don't have the money that you think I'm going to have in the future right now. I don't have it right now. These are the ones that feel like if they bind themselves to someone that is up and coming, that they'll somehow be up when they are up and dismiss you when you are down. You attempted to do it to the rich, but it didn't work. because you are not in your timeline. Now ask the big G to put you back so we all could laugh. And by we, I'm talking about the angels. Now you understand that it is a certain class of people that believe psychics are real. Mediums, mediumship, clairaudience, clairsentience, clairscience. These are all words for what is taking place with individuals spiritually. I am not the first individual to wake up speaking a different language. You have to book with me or go to either@gmail.com. Look in the year in review reading. My email is there. You book with me if you're truly interested. I said, what do I have to do? I'm clearing it today. If I have to do 30 lives today, it don't matter if one individual is in there because I'm making pennies anyway. What do I have to do to clear this? Because most of the people that watch me in this timeline don't feel like they have to pay for spiritual advice. Not in the other ones. So, if you have questions about any spiritual gifts that you call gifts, because ones that have it don't see it that way, you email me or go to either@gmail.com, because that is how you're going to get that information. Today is not a day where I'm just going off and giving spiritual advice, spiritual clarifications for free. When I know that the majority of the ones that watch are ones that wanted me to fall. It's just as simple as that. And if you say, that's not me, I don't want you to fall, well, guess what? They wanted you to fall. It's dual, remember? The timeline of you not realizing what is taking place is long gone, because all of the people, all of them that watch my content know that they put a T on them. They know it. Like I said before, if I decide to go live 30 times, know that it is for a purpose. You don't have to come in. These ones that feel like they have the connectivity are the ones that talk all night. They talk all night about absolutely nothing. If you were to hear the conversations that these buffoons is having, you would say, why is he allowing this? The real mediums understand that mediumship is not a good thing. It's not like Sister Act. It's not like that. They did glamorize it. If you noticed in that movie, she played the role of a nun. So you know that at some point, nuns were the mediums. They would go off into the big house for help because they didn't know what was happening to them. At some point, someone said, there is nothing wrong with you physically. There's nothing wrong with the way you think. I hear it too, and then it became a thing. Clairaudience, not lunacy. If I decide to sit here and pass gas all day on live, if somebody want to listen to it, so be it, as long as the job is complete. You understand what I'm talking about? Because apparently, it's a whole host of you that feel like ladies shouldn't fart. Do you know what her insides is like? Because every time she's around you, she holds her gas. And the big G in grand form makes her gassy on purpose. That is hilarious. Could you imagine having a soul connection with someone that despises everything that you do? That is normal, like passing gas, eating. Y'all are the era where you feel like you have to be perfect. If you were to tell him that you hear someone that says that they are me, he would put you out, and you know it. Y'all are also the ones that said, I'm Ether's sister. You don't want to do that no more, huh? The thing about my lineage is I am not the first with a spiritual gift. What I know about that dream that I talked about in one of the prior, previous uploads, that was a repetitious cycle. And what I'm talking about is sitting in front of food. Could you imagine being in a dream, waking up for eons, doing the same thing? Y'all have no idea about spiritual ramifications. Because if you did, you wouldn't be so inclined to pick up that pendulum every 5 seconds and say, is this about me? Is this about me? Is this about me? In that voice. I told you to not do it. I am also the one that said, if you hold that pendulum in the middle where your index finger is, in between your fingers, steady, that people won't believe that you are steering that pendulum, because that's what you do when you do pendulum reading. You steer it. I am the one that taught you in a reading to not draw on people's energy without their permission. That means you have to get it okay. You understand what I'm talking about? You, as well as all of your so-called friends group, felt like I showed you a spiritual secret. And because I showed you, you were going to use it every chance you got on everyone that you met. And now you're over there cockeyed and cross-eyed because the ones that knew it was happening to them sent it right back to you with that pendulum in your hand. And I said, bravo. It's reversed. Just like that. Y'all feel like I'm showing you something that the average spiritualist don't know, and because of it, you're going to use it on me and everyone else, and they stopped you right in your tracks. Ha ha! That is poetic justice. This life different. I ain't have to do Nathaniel, because they did it for me. You know what I'm talking about? You're wondering why your ponytail keeps falling out. Because it's not pinned or glued. That's why. It's the simple things they feel like is retribution. She feels like because she farted in front of her boyfriend, that somehow gives her some karmic relief. You walking around there gassy, trying to refrain from passing gas in front of him because he won't see you as perfect. He don't see you as perfect anyway, because his era is one where they like red bones, and you are not a red bone, even with that off-shaded foundation. This is not a client, so y'all need not worry about that. This is someone. Look at this here. This is someone that feels like she is gorgeous. With a filter. You definitely are. If I were to use filters, I talked about this, I would be sitting in front of you looking like a dragon. Because that is how I want to entertain. I'm not going to look like Kim Kardashian, supposedly. I'm going to look like a dragon. Because that's what I feel is entertaining. A dragon is talking to you. That's what it is. You know what I'm talking about? Y'all want to look perfect. This one, the first 10 grand she got, she went and got injections in her behind. Now you're smart. Now you realize that you are not a celebrity and that you are not rich. So when it comes time for you to go get some more, you're going to have one big booty cheek and one small one. Ha ha! Poetic justice there. They want me to talk louder? Here I am. When I seen you, I said, she went and got them injections. You was sitting there on a whoopee cushion, one of them ones you use for your neck when you on the plane, thinking nobody know. Girl, your whole presentation was an oxymoron. The whole thing, what you talked about, the art that you had on the wall, and that whoopee cushion you was sitting on. Now, we're 20 minutes in. Does anyone else want to think out loud? Because I got all day. And you, the one that feels like my life is surrounded by your money, you are the same one that wants a clearing every week. So I suggest you put that call in, that text, boo-boo, because y'all got it twisted. I don't give. When you in the last live when I said it don't matter? This is about 10 years of my life. You know how old I am? I have already left a legacy. You still trying to figure out yours. Let me tell you what I know. I was booked and busy when I first started reading for the public. And I'll be booked and busy when the big G decides I need to be. I don't like it. You know how many people in the world it is? You need to worry about your own livelihood. This is my life, y'all. I feel like I'm an interesting person. All right? The average person, when they talk to me personally, in front of me, they believe that I am an average person. Interesting person. That's smart, intelligent, and well-mannered. That is my presentation. Not, nah-ish, nah. That's not me, boo-boo. Girl, that's not me. What I know about y'all celebrities is y'all like them type. Girl, that's my ninja. That's my D. That's the persona y'all like. That's my baby daddy. That's what y'all like. That ain't me. Now, I'm going to go and try to find some music that'll shape and mold me for the next live, because I feel like I got 100 to do today. You know what I'm talking about? If I could just come on or live and say what I want, y'all would think I had Tourette's syndrome. Because it would come out so fast that y'all would be like, what did she say? Because that's what happened when he went into my live. Every other second was cut. You think it's the program, not protocol, that's doing it. But it's the big G's way of messing with you. Because you are one of the ones that said, I don't believe in him. After you ascended. We're not talking about before you sin. What you do and say after you sin matters because he shows you he has full control. When he did not talk to you, it was because he didn't want to. You know how he is. He'll put you in a position where you are just sitting there waiting for him to say something because you know it's him. You know he's there, and he's not saying nothing because he don't want to. He want to see how you gonna respond. I have got so agitated with the G and his antics that I said, "Don't talk to me. Leave me alone." Imagine that. Imagine that. It is that she told God not to talk to her. Leave her. I do. I do. I do it a lot too. Because he can stop everything in an instant. And he don't. And I don't know about y'all, but I feel some kind of way because of that. I said you could put whatever amount of money in my account right now, but you don't want to. Imagine coming to that realization. He could do it, but he don't want to. That's something right there. This is what the angels talk about. Now you understand that there's a hierarchy, right? Because before you become a saint, you are a person. After you are a saint, you become an angel. Then you become an archangel and whatever else he chooses after. You see, you want that hierarchy, and I ain't giving it to you. I know it. You have to pay me because this is the position he put me in. They want to know, they gonna have to pay for it. I don't like that. You want to go to sleep and he tell you everything. Not your air. Ha 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 ha. Ha. He made me a black sheep, but this black sheep can profit off of what she know. Can you? Baby daddy. Now call him and text him. Because every time you feel like I'm talking about you, you texting. He don't care about your good morning, your grand rising, your hi my king. He don't care about your good night. He wants you to leave him alone. Now ask him and see what he say. Wife? Now you're going to believe because you believed every reading before you knew who he was to me. You made it a point. Let's go here. I want to go here. We need to do this. We need to do that. I want to become this. What you want to eat? He already knew what you was going to do. He stopped letting all of y'all know that he watched me. He stopped it. And he started fooling you. He be gone now. Fooling them. He be fooling them. You know, can y'all believe there was a time where I prayed every night? I didn't feel right if I didn't pray. Of course, I got no response because I was in that timeline where he did not talk. He didn't send nobody to talk. It was just me and the air in prayer. When I got here, I said, he is real. He is real. When I was over there, I was mad. I said, why are you allowing this? I'm waiting. I'm waiting for him to say it's done.